Hello, everyone. Thank you for joining the WOLFGUARD Zone, where we help educate business owners on what to expect of their IT support, and also just bring up different questions that you can ask your IT just to make sure things are being done properly. Today, we're going to be talking about um, firewalls, and I have a question for everybody to ask your IT. Is your IT maintaining your firewall properly? So there's different things that need to be done on a firewall to uphold the security, um, and that is what we're going to be covering. So first question: is your firewall a next-gen firewall? What is a next-gen firewall? There's a newer generation of firewalls. They function quite a bit differently than the old style firewalls, and they're just called next-gen firewalls. Um, and these type of firewalls typically come with a type of license that you either pay monthly or yearly for. And that's another item that you need to know. Are you paying for these licenses? What do these licenses do? They allow your firewall to receive updates as well as activate different security services or protection on the firewall, like scanning for viruses that come through, uh, intrusion prevention, or keeping hackers out of your firewall and your network. There's other different security services as well that are activated and run only if you have an active license. I've seen many times where we've taken over IT for a company and we've checked out their firewall, and it sometimes just doesn't have any license or it's expired, and it's not providing any of those security services that you might think are running. So yeah, all firewalls these days should have some type of license. Another item that we see a lot is that firewalls are just out of date. You have to keep the firmware updates active. They don't come out necessarily, every week, but when there are updates, it can be bug fixes, performance fixes, but a lot of the times is security improvements or fixing a security vulnerability that has been found. So you should be regularly keeping your firewalls up to date, as well as when these different security vulnerabilities are announced or found. You need to be going in and making sure that your firewall has that latest patch. Another item is backups. So what if your firewall hardware were to fail and then you get a different firewall to put in place? Are you going to have to, or your IT, going to have to set that firewall up from scratch? It could be a whole lot of work. It could be extra hours of downtime. Versus if you are backing up your firewalls, you can just restore a backup, that was done recently. So at a minimum, those backups should be done, weekly. If you're making daily changes, you need backups daily. So those are the 5 items: next-gen firewall, licensing, firmware updates and security vulnerabilities, and backups. One bonus item that I have for you is if you are a compliance type company or company that has compliance that you need to uphold to on security, like say HIPAA, then another item that you could have is firewall monitoring, or there's SIME, and these provide live tech or engineer monitoring your firewall for threats that might need to be blocked, and it's just a much higher level of security. So sit down with your current IT company, give them a call, but you can go over these items just to make sure that at least the basics are being taken care of and up to date. We want everybody, no matter who you're using for IT, to to have your firewall set up properly and provide protection for you. Also want to offer a ebook that we have available. It is 11 security items that we commonly find when we take over a IT support for a company that have not been being done correctly, and they can have a big impact on the security of your company. There's lots of different items that this ebook covers, from firewalls and backups, endpoint protection on your computers like antivirus. There's a whole list here. And again, it can just be a talking point that you can use with your IT company. Sit down and just go over, ask them questions. Hey, is this being done? Is that being done? Because it can drastically improve the protection of your organization and help block ransomware and different things that can try and shut down your company. And we're always here available for you as well. You can go to wolfguardit.com and get our phone number, and we'd love to help you guys with your security or your IT if you're looking to make any changes. Thanks. Take care. Bye-bye.